and welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. Today we're going to be doing a collective reading, but for those of you who are new to the circle, hello and welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I post new videos every single day. If you're looking for daily short tarot readings, check out my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube Shorts. If you're looking for personal services or personal readings, I offer them through my website, innercircleguidance.com. Let's find out what the circle needs to know today. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the King of Cups. Interesting. Ace of Cups. Wow. Knight of Pentacles. And then we have the Devil on the bottom of the deck here. Okay, I'm seeing for many of you that there's some sort of truth and knowledge that was gained from a relationship. For most of you, I'm seeing it was a romantic relationship, and it was a relationship that was pivotal to your self-growth and your healing because it showed you the areas where you needed to do some work. It set you on a path of spiritual awakening. And it taught you about love and self-worth and self-healing. And it has you set on a journey for more stability, more happiness, more alignment in the future. And I'm seeing that this relationship that ended was quite emotional, quite devastating, because we have the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, which is all about relationships and emotion, the Cups suit in general. You didn't get the Wands, King of Wands or Queen of Wands, or the Queen or King of Pentacles, or the King or Queen of Swords. You got the King and Queen of Cups. To me, that indicates this was an extremely deep and emotional connection. Now, regardless of whether that relationship ended up being toxic or not, or how it ended, or whether or not you want this person back in your life, I'm seeing that it was pivotal that they came into your life. It was a soul contract kind of relationship because it was meant to put you on this specific path. And so let's get a couple more cards here. Okay, I keep seeing the Lovers, so I'm going to take the Lovers out. And I keep seeing the World and the Empress. So if those cards come out again, I will take them. The World. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the High Priestess. We have the Ten of Pentacles. And we have, and I could not see that, we have the Five of Wands and we have the Death card. All right. Some of you are still closing out some cycles here, or maybe in certain residual energies that came from this past relationship. And what I'm really getting here is that you're being asked to be grateful for the endings in your life, reflect on them, show gratitude for the lessons that were learned, and then release them. Some of you are still sort of caught up in certain aspects of either the energy that was attached to this relationship or this person in general that had to do with this relationship. And what I'm hearing is some things are meant to be expiration dates in our life. They're only supposed to be there for a chapter, not for the whole story. And so that being said, you're being asked to allow things to end and move on with grace and learn how to accept endings that maybe you didn't necessarily want to be a certain way, or didn't want to end a certain way, or didn't want to end at all. And that was part of the lesson with this. I'm also hearing that you need to release those of you who are still struggling with the what ifs, or what if I did this or did that, or I could have done this or could have done that type of energy. You're being asked to release that and understand that some things and some relationships are only wonderful and beautiful within that time frame or timeline. And so for some of you, this may have actually been a relationship that was like your first love a long time ago. And there may be certain aspects of it that you never let go of that are actually not serving you. And so you're really being asked here to look at your choices when it comes to relationships. Understand that whenever an ending happens, a new beginning is put in its place, and anything that's taken away from you is to be replaced with better. And so it may not seem like it at the time, but there are opportunities in endings to create new beginnings. There are opportunities when you lose something to create something or find something or nurture something that ends up being more beautiful. And instead of moving forward with all these swords of baggage or these thoughts about what if, or being sort of stuck in wanting some of these past relationships to have been a different way, you need to gain acceptance from them and use the lessons from that relationship to manifest the things in your life that are in more alignment with you. Because if you're not releasing some of these energies, it's creating chaos, and it's actually going to get in your way. And so use your intuition as your guide, because your intuition is going to help guide you in the right direction. But you really are being asked to focus on endings. And this goes further than just this particular relationship we've discussed, because we have the 10 of Pentacles, which has to do with love, fulfillment, and happiness in all areas of your life. This is the abundance card. It's the best card in the deck, in my opinion, because it's happiness in all areas. It's abundance in all areas of your life, rather than just specific things. And so this gratitude towards endings and this grace towards endings has more to do than just your relationship or this particular relationship that set you on this one path. And you're going to know immediately who I'm talking about, because this is somebody that in a relationship that really just set you on your path of spiritual awakening, or set you on a different path of spiritual awakening and self-understanding. But this goes deeper than that. This goes into the future decisions you make, the future relationships you have or don't have. Understanding that when you lose something or when something leaves you, that there's a purpose for that. And accepting that purpose and not getting stuck in the what ifs of that energy. Remember what I had said, some relationships, some people, some things are only beautiful and wonderful for a certain amount of time. Some of those people or things are only wonderful on certain timelines. So if you've jumped planes, which I talk about this before, but for those of you who don't know what I mean when I say that, there are numerous timelines happening simultaneously. We know that time is not linear. Anything that could potentially happen has already happened in one reality or another. As your soul evolves and you become more and more self-aware and more spiritually aware and more in tune with your inner alignment, you will jump timelines and you'll feel it. It's when you make a decision that breaks some sort of cycle or that puts your life on a different path. And what that does is it shifts pretty much everything. These are like the major decisions in your life that end up shaping your particular awareness of the timeline that you're on. Some people come into your life to give you the option to either stay on your current timeline or to switch to a different one or a better timeline, because you have the power of free will and you have the power of choice. Sometimes Spirit presents these things to you so that you can decide which timeline you want to be your reality of awareness. And so that being said, you need to learn how to show gratitude to these timelines, but also release them, because carrying them all with you is not benefiting you. You need to let go of the what ifs because that's not what ended up happening. And even if that did happen, it would be a different timeline. It would be a different reality. And so that being said, that wasn't the reality that was chosen, either by you or the other person. And so bringing that baggage with you is only going to get in the way of your current timeline of trying to make it to your full abundance. And so I really want you this week to sit down and think about the different major endings in your life, show gratitude to them, and close out any final energies that may be residual or may be left unfinished. Because I'm seeing here, not only is the death card an indication of endings in general and transformations, but it's also an indication of new beginnings. So for those of you who have just stepped into another timeline or recently stepped into another timeline, or you are in the process of closing one part or chapter of your life and stepping into a major new one, you need to finish your unfinished business, so to speak, so that those cycles, those energies, those things are all properly closed out before you move into this next chapter. And the other thing is, for those of you who still have negative energetic cords connected to people or situations or things, and this is something actually that I think is a common misconception. When people think of energetic cords, they think it's only with people. Energetic cords can be negative thought processes of yourself. It can be of other people. It can be mindsets. It could be to certain outcomes or situations, certain opinions. Energetic cords can be created to pretty much anything. And so that being said, when you go to do your cleansing of your energetic cords, remember that there may be more than just the energetic cord connected to a specific person. You may still have this energetic cord connected to this particular outcome that involved this person, for example. Or you may have an energetic cord connected to your thought processes with the situation that are negative, maybe self-talk or negative mindsets that you have of yourself. And so as you're going through the cleansing process, and it's going to take time because energetic cord cutting is tiresome. And I always like to remind people that if you are new to energetic cord cutting, make sure that when you cut the energetic cord, that you heal both sides of it before it's returned to you and to the other person, or it can cause a lot of chaos in your life. If you are not comfortable doing the energetic cord cutting yourself, there are people who can help you. However, anybody who tells you that they can do it for you, I personally don't believe that that's the case, because it's a decision that you have to work through, and you have to work through the energies of the cord cutting. So somebody can help guide you with that, but I have never experienced somebody who claims they can do it for someone else and it actually being successful. So that is my personal opinion and suggestion if you were looking to do that. I will be offering guidance for that eventually. I have not had time to get that together just yet. But anyways, for those of you who already know how to do all of that, you've got some work to do here. And so you're going to want to start working on that relatively soon, because trying to think of the way to word this, it's almost like the time period between, like the transitory period is closing, because things can't just stay stagnant or stay still. You have to continue moving eventually into your next chapter. So the universe is giving you this opportunity now to say, hey, you have some unfinished business you need to take care of. This is the time. But if you wait and the energy starts moving forward, you're going to be moving forward with these swords that we talked about, and this baggage and this emotional tie and all that stuff. You don't want that. So make sure you take some time this week or beginning of next week. I would say that's about the time frame you've got to really sit down and work through some of these things so that they're not following you into the next chapter of your life. All right, so if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like this video. Your affirmation for this reading is, I accept the endings in my life with gratitude. I was going to add on to that, but actually I think that's the perfect thing to say. I accept the endings in my life with gratitude. And as always, may your life be full of light, full of love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.